For people watching, when it comes to big charities, I've said many times now, do not give money to big charities. Do not give money to Children in Need, Comic Relief, Save the Children, Oxfam, all the ones you've heard of. Don't give money to them. You're wasting your money because a lot of it goes to things we've just discussed. And those charities are not doing the things they should be doing.
A massive percentage of the contributions that go into these charities now, gifts that go into the charity, are used to cover defined benefit pension schemes. So all these freeloading executives in these big charities, similar to the council we're talking about there, they've been taking money in big salaries for decades. Now they've retired, but they've had defined benefit, of course, because they've got no oversight, have they? So they put in place defined benefit pension schemes, which means basically you get a percentage of your salary, don't you? 50% of your salary. But those schemes are so expensive now. A lot of the contributions going to the charities are going to cover that. Not for the beneficiaries of the charity, but to cover their bloody pensions.
So what that means for people who don't understand pensions is a normal pension would be every month you put a part of your wage into a pension and your employer puts a little bit in as well. That money is ring fenced by a pension company and that's your money. What you're talking about is the top people of those charities design their own pensions, which means that money doesn't exist. It's not ring fenced because that money doesn't exist. But once they retire, the charity is obliged to keep paying them with money that doesn't exist. So they take out of donations that are coming in.
Correct. So now a big percentage of the donations are going into the pension scheme to service these grifters
who are gone.
Who've gone now. No longer, they haven't worked because they care about the charity. They work because they want to get a good salary. And there's all these places where these horrible people are spending a working life doing nothing. Then at the end of it, they're getting pensions that are being funded by either charity donations from people like you and me, or by the government. It's just it does make my blood boil, Nick.
For people watching, when it comes to big charities, I've said many times now, do not give money to big charities. Do not give money to Children in Need, Comic Relief, Save the Children, Oxfam, all the ones you've heard of. Don't give money to them. You're wasting your money because a lot of it goes to things we've just discussed. And those charities are not doing the things they should be doing. Oxfam staff were raping women across the world a couple of years ago. Some of them were children who were raping. It's all in the press. It's not rumour. It's in the press. So let's stop funding them. We need to be a society that supports charity. But as your dad told you, charity starts at home.
Correct.
So start supporting local little charities in your neighbourhood because they do the best work in your area. Now, some people have an issue with charities paying staff. Well, that doesn't make sense. We won't expect doctors and nurses to work for free. So why would we expect charity staff to work for free? It's a job. If you want the best people helping people, we need to pay them. Otherwise, people wouldn't do that job. But there is a limit to what people should be paid in the charity sector, and we need to look at those pensions you talked about.
Well, I think if you want to work for a charity, you should want to work for that charity. So a lot of these small charities are set up by people who've had a personal tragedy or something's happened, and they feel motivated to do that. And those people are I think those people should be the people running the charities. I don't think they should get a salary. I think they should get an allowance or something like that. I don't think they should get a pension either. It's not a vehicle to make money, charity, is it? It's a vehicle for you to promote a cause. And if you feel strongly about that cause, you should work for it. If you don't feel strongly, I don't think you should work for these.
So what about doctors?
What?
Should doctors be paid?
Yes.
Why?
Well, they're not running charities.
Because, it's a type of charity giving healthcare. So you've grown up all your life wanting to be a doctor. It's a calling. It's not a profession. So you become a doctor. You do all the training and then you get a job and you want to be paid for it.
No, because I think some people go to be doctors so they can have a good life and a good lifestyle because they know what salaries are commensurate with doctors. So no, I don't think that applies to doctors. I'm talking about charities.
I think it's exactly the same thing. Certain people go into charities to earn money. Certain people go into charities to do good. I think we need to judge charities on their outcomes. How many lives are you changing? How many people you've stopped going into debt? How many girls have you stopped being raped? we judge them on that, and that should reflect their salary. Because if you want professional people helping people throughout our country, they need to be paid, otherwise they can't afford to live.
Yeah.
But what happens is you get a few people at the top who abuse the system, and then we just see that and we go, I'm sick of all of them. And they tend to be the big charities you've heard of. People who work in your local youth club are on minimum wage.
Yeah.